These came out so cute. Happy fall, y'all! Hi, my name is Jasmine. Welcome to my channel, or welcome back to my channel. I do crochet tutorials here on YouTube, mostly very beginner friendly. And today, in the spirit of fall and Halloween, we are going to be doing these adorable crochet pumpkins. These are so easy and so customizable. And I'm just really proud of myself for finally doing them this year. For years, I've been like, I need to do some type of holiday decor, some type of crochet holiday decor, and I finally got around to it, and I'm gonna be sharing that with you. These came out so cute. I also made a little cinnamon stick for the stem instead of actually crocheting that, because first of all, it smells amazing, and second of all, it's just a lot easier. And I'm also going to be showing you how to do this little leaf, which I feel like just really tied everything together. It's adorable. So all you're going to need is some cinnamon sticks and polyfill, and where's my chunky yarn? And some chunky yarn. I was going all over the internet just trying to find some like inspo and looking at a couple patterns. I do feel like sometimes people overcomplicate it a little bit. This is actually so easy, so I made a beautiful pattern that's gonna be really fast and easy, and we're just gonna be doing half double crochets throughout, and it's very easily customizable. They came out so cute. I've seen a lot of people do these in like a light pink or a white just to kind of complement their home. Honestly, I just did them in yellowish orange because that's the only chunky yarn I have right now. But this is adorable. Oh my gosh. Let's get started, and happy fall, everybody. Let's get into the spirit. To start off, we are going to start with this super bulky yarn. It asks for a 9mm hook, but I'm not going to be using a 9mm hook. I would recommend an 8, because with the 9, it ends up having a good amount of holes, and then the stuffing kind of can be seen through those holes. So I'm just going to explain really quick. I would recommend an 8. I'm actually using a 6 just because I don't have an 8 right now. But the stitches came out looking like this, which was really nice because you can't see any of the stuffing through it. So you can use an 8, a 6, both of them work. So first make a slip knot and chain up 15. Now we are going to go into the second chain from the hook with a half double crochet. But what I like to do is turn it over and go into these back sides. I think it just makes for a lot cleaner, a cleaner look. So skip this one, wrap your yarn around your hook, and go into the second chain from the hook. Pull up a loop and pull through all 3. And just go ahead with half double crochets all the way down. And get into that last loop right there. And once you get to the end, if you started with a chain 15, you should have 14 half double crochets. So now chain 1, turn your work, and now we are going into the back loop only for the remainder of this project. So you can see right here, there's a V, and you're going to pick up only this very back loop. So yarn over, go into that back loop, pull through and pull through all 3. Yarn over into the back of that V, pull up a loop and pull through all 3. And at the end of every row, make sure you are going into this last stitch right here. It can be a little bit tricky to see. If you don't want to count for every row, you can also put stitch markers in the first stitch and in the last stitch of every row. So this is how it should be looking so far. You're gonna have this nice little ridge, chain 1, turn your work, and go into this back loop again. Just picking up the very back loop of this stitch, and you have this nice ridge that forms. And for the remainder of this project, we're just going to be doing half double crochets exactly like this until you get to an even number of rows. I'm going to do 24 rows. If you're doing a larger pumpkin, you can do more. But I like to end with an even amount of rows. Just continue repeating the same pattern throughout the pumpkin, half double crochets, back loop only, and chaining 1 at the very end until you have a nice long rectangle. So I ended with 24, and now we are going to go ahead and stitch this together. Now we are going to fold this in half, and you can see right here these two line up. You can count backwards and make sure each of these have 14. And with the two that line up right here, you are going to go into the front loop here and the back loop. You can see the two V's, the back loop of this one. This is just going to create a much more seamless look and also give it kind of a ridge like this one. So go through there with a slip stitch, and then in the next one, I think this will make it easier, the one closest to you and the one farthest from you. So right in here, the front loop and the back loop there. Front and back. And just do this all the way down with each stitch that lines up. Going in the front loop and then picking up the back loop on the other side. Front loop, back loop. And then into this very last one, front loop here, back loop right there. Slip stitch, and now you are going to chain 1, pull that tight, and we are going, you see how that kind of creates a nice ridge? We now need enough string to tie all of this across, and create these ridges. I'm just gonna get a very generous amount because it'd always be good to have more than less. Should be fine, probably too much. But then you are going to pull this through to create a knot. Once you've threaded your needle, we are going to start by going in and out. Whenever you see these ridges, we're going to go in with the needle, and when you see these, the lower ones, we're going out. So we're just gonna weave like this, in and out, in and out, okay? Pull that through, go in through here, out, in, out. In and out, in and out. You're going to continue this all the way around until you reach this side again. Just weaving in and out all the way across. See what I'm saying? Okay, we're here at the end, so we just came out, so we're gonna go in. And where did we start? Right here. So I guess we can just go in. We'll see how that looks. I'm gonna come back out here if it doesn't look good, so give me a second. Now you are going to pull tight on this string, and it should close up pretty nicely. Now there's a small hole here, so you can go back in. Basically, we're going back the opposite way, in and out again, just to really make sure that hole is closed up and secure. If it closed up for you the first time, then that's fine. But if it's not tight enough for you, just go back across the same way you did before. And there you go. As you can see, it's now completely closed up. Now thread your needle through and up the other side. Now here at the top, before we put the stuffing in so that the stuffing doesn't get caught in the needle, we're going to go back and forth like we did on the bottom, just in and out through each of these stitches. Try to stay nice and kind of on top. Just continue like this all the way around, weaving in and out until you reach the end. And once you reach the end, you're gonna go ahead and put that polyfill in. So stuff it as much as you want. I did make a mistake here and went ahead and started closing it. But before you close it, please start putting the polyfill in. I maybe pulled it a little bit too tight, a little bit too soon. But now we are going to put the stuffing in there. You can put as much or little as you want in here. And just make sure it gets into all the corners. Now that we stuffed that, you can go ahead and pull as tight as you can. Now I want it to be about this because I want to make sure that my cinnamon stick still fits in here. I love doing this with the cinnamon stick though because it smells so nice and I feel like it goes with the holidays, you know. So now this is optional. You can leave it like this. Super cute, you know, all pumpkins have different type of grooves. So if you want to leave it like this, you can leave it like this, or you can continue and make these larger grooves. I think this time I'm going to make grooves, but maybe not quite as tight as this one. I'm going to stitch over here just a little bit so that I'm perfectly in line with where I want to go. And I usually just keep 2 grooves in between each one. So there's gonna be a groove here, keep these 2, put one here. You see what I mean? Keep these 2, put one here. So the way that you are going to do this is bring it down here and take this one. Bring it down here as tight as you want. And you are just going to secure it by stitching into a stitch down here. Okay, and now that it is centered, you can go ahead and pull it as tight or as loose as you want. I think something like that's fine. And then count 2. So you're going to go here. So go ahead and stitch over to this side so that you're in line with that row. Does that make sense? So now that you're in line with this row, go ahead up here and stitch into here. And pull this as tight as you would like. And go right down into here. Secure it here. And I think you get the point. Once you secure that, count 2 of these ridges. So over here. So that you're in line with the next one. Go ahead up here. Just continue this all the way around. Okay, and we're at the end here. This was our slip stitch, but that counts as one of these. So we are going to stitch and do one right here. So again, just stitch over to whatever row you're going into. And then 1, 2. So we're going right up here. And then stitch right up onto here. And beautiful. Now I'm going to tie a knot with these 2. So go ahead and tie a double knot right there. Make sure that you like the tension on all the sides. I think it's really cute, and we just knotted this. Check if your cinnamon stick fits in there good. Also, this is a lot more stuff than this one. So if you want to put more stuffing in, now is the time. I just like to go ahead and kind of put it in like this. And you can fill out each individual one if you feel like one side doesn't have enough stuffing. You know what I mean? So just go ahead and finish all of those little things. I think I'm gonna make this hole just slightly smaller and go in and out right here. Something like that. Doesn't have to be too crazy. Pull it a little bit tighter. And now that you've gotten your desired size, just go ahead and put that cinnamon stick in. Now it's perfect. And thread your needle to the bottom. And we're just gonna kind of thread this in. Just weave your ends in. At this point, you're gonna make a knot, so go back in through here and then pull it, and that'll make a nice secure knot. I like to weave in at least one more time before cutting off. I'm gonna go ahead and start weaving it down. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, so there is your pumpkin. So we are going to make this cute little spiral just to add the finishing touches to this pumpkin. So I'm doing a light worsted yarn. It calls for a size 4 hook, but I'm going to do it smaller. I think it said 3.5 to 4. I'm doing 3.25, a D hook. So go ahead and chain 15. You can do more or less depending how long you want this to be. And then all you are going to do, skip this first one and go into the second one. You are going to do 2 single crochets into every single chain. And that's it. Just 1, 2 into this chain. 1, 2 into the second chain, and you're gonna start seeing a beautiful spiral. Just don't forget to put 2 in every single one, every single chain. And do that all the way down. As you can see, it's already starting to spiral. And you're gonna get this beautiful little leaf. So here you go, your cute little spiral. Now take your pumpkin and go ahead and tie it. I would knot it and then bring it around to the front. Tie a knot in the front as well. Just make sure it's nice and secure. You know. And then cut these off. And there you go, your pumpkins are finished. I hope you had so much fun with this tutorial. Let me know how it went for you. These are just the cutest holiday decor. I'm really so obsessed with them. I hope y'all had so much fun making these, and happy holidays.